Hi, I'm Al from Twisted Wood, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to strum the ukulele. This is perhaps the most fundamental technique on the instrument, and it's also the one that I find a lot of people have questions about how to do it correctly. So in this video, I'm going to teach you 2 ways to strum the ukulele. The first is really simple, and it's also the one that most people do instinctively when they first pick up the instrument. It's just taking the thumb and dragging it downwards across the strings. Sounds like this. To do that, really easy, guys. You just drag your thumb downwards across each string of the ukulele, making sure that you're hitting each string with the same attack, same volume, and same force as we go through. We're using the fleshy part of our thumb there, and we're just dragging it across the strings. So, that strum is really useful for a couple of reasons. The first being, it voices each string very clearly and very beautifully, so we can really hear every note of the chord that we're playing. If I'm ever playing a slow melodic line on the ukulele, I'll probably use this strum. But it does have some drawbacks. If we want to strum a little bit faster, or we want to incorporate upstrokes and downstrokes, we'll probably have to use a different strum, because doing an upstroke with your thumb, it's a little bit awkward. Oftentimes our fingers will get caught in the strings. So if I want to play faster and I want to get those upstrokes, I'll use this strum that I'm about to teach you. This is probably the most versatile, most important way to strum the ukulele. We take our pointer finger, our index finger, and we're dragging it down across the strings, and then for the upstroke, up across the strings. I'm going to tell you a few little tips that are going to make this a lot easier. It's really important to get comfortable with this strum because you'll be using it throughout your journey on the ukulele. If we want to strum using our pointer finger, firstly, we want to make sure we don't lock it up. Don't keep it too tight. You want to have a slight bend in the finger. That's going to make it nice and easy to drag it up and down across the strings without getting caught on each individual string. That's what will happen if you keep your finger too tight. One other thing that you want to make sure you're not doing is locking up your wrist. You want to keep your wrist doing most of the work. I see a lot of people when they first pick up the instrument use their arm to generate all the power from their strum, but really you want to be making sure that the wrist is doing a lot of the work. So it looks like this. On my downstrokes, my nail is dragging across the strings. This maximizes the volume that I'm getting out of the instrument. I'm keeping a nice relaxed index finger, and my wrist is generating all of the power. One good way to practice this is, if we follow this diagram here, we're going to focus on playing 4 evenly spaced beats, all downstrokes at this point. And we can count it out loud as we play to make sure each stroke is evenly spaced. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to make sure that we're really comfortable with our downstrokes before we move on to more interesting and exciting techniques. So, as you can see from the diagram here, we've still got our 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, but now we've got upstrokes on the and in between those beats. So it sounds like this with the C chord again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So with all the numbers as before, we're playing a downstroke, and then every time there's an and, we're playing an upstroke. For the upstrokes, we're using the fleshy part of our finger. It gives us this nice contrast between the nail on the down and the fleshy part of our finger on the up. You can hear the difference in those two sounds as well, with a C chord, downstroke, and an upstroke. Let's combine those together and play along with the diagram. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Great, so now if we play around with those different strums, ups and downs, we can create a more musical strumming pattern that's likely to fit into a wider variety of songs. Look what happens if we take out some of those ands, but keep some in as well. So in the diagram now, we have 3 downstrokes, and then 1 upstroke, and then another downstroke. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 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 This gives us some versatility in our strumming pattern. Let's listen to how it sounds over a few different chords. So hopefully, after watching this video, rewinding it and watching it a few more times, you'll be really comfortable with a few different ways to strum on the ukulele. And you can take that knowledge with you as you progress on the instrument and apply it to lots of different songs. That's all from me today, so if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and like the video itself, and feel free to ask me any questions that you might have in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Twisted Wood tutorials.